every Wednesday from 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8
So
p.m.
we come to the meetings every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So next week we'll have the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So today our topic is about renting the apartment in Japan.
Okay.
And we have several stuff that we think could be kind of helpful to you.
Mm.
So should we start?
Yeah, sure. Maybe we can start with some question. I mean, I think first of all, if you are foreign students, you come to Japan. I mean, you come to Sapporo, and if you belong to Hokkaido, first of all you get to live in
Dorm.
and maybe after that
You move to the
to your
apartment.
apartment, and then you face problem there.
Yeah. Actually, in the dorm, you don't need that much documentation. You need to do the documentation with the university mainly.
And it's actually done before coming to Japan.
Most times, yeah. The why we come with this topic because Hokkaido University is closing the dorm for the single boys at Kitahachi near to the Homak.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why we thought that this thing could be helpful for you because probably if you are a foreigner who is planning to come or still living there, probably you'll need to move out. So maybe we could help you with that problem when you will need to move to a new place. So you'll need place and you'll need items. So items you can find in our website and you can check our Facebook group and page. And for renting, now we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Right?
I think there are several systems or several rules that cannot be understood by foreigners.
Foreigners.
What are several?
Actually, for me, the first one was the key money.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Key money.
Yeah, the money for the key.
I see.
When you move to a new apartment.
It is called raking.
Raking.
Mm-hmm.
It's paid by Japanese as well?
It is of course paid by Japanese. So deposit and key money, every time you have to pay. And actually, key money is when you start living in there, you have to pay key money. And
it's a one-time payment, right?
One time. And when you leave the place, you get the money back. Actually.
Oh, that's good. I thought this is the same with key change money.
Mm-hmm.
So you just pay it once and then it doesn't come back.
Oh, sorry. Deposit is that. So
Yeah, deposit is the one that
there you
they
go.
paid back to you, right?
And key money, it doesn't get paid back.
Yeah, and a deposit sometimes is your like 1 month's payment. So let's say if your contract is for 2 years, for 24 months, you pay kind of for 25 months, and 25th month will that 1 month will come back to you in case there was not any problem after you leave the place.
It doesn't exist in country. Key money.
I wouldn't say key money, but the deposit
Deposit, okay.
it exists I think in everywhere, in my country as well.
How about in Indonesia?
Well, it depends on the owner. You know, every owner is different. Like some owners, it's okay, you don't need to pay any deposit or key money, but some of them will charge both deposit and key money.
So they exist.
Yes.
Okay.
In my country, they don't charge for the key. I have never heard that they will charge you for the changing the key. It's on the even if they do it, most of the time I think they don't do it. They just take the key from you.
Okay.
Even if they change the key, the landlord or owner is the one to change the key from his own pocket. In Japan, it's quite expensive. In my country, it's not that expensive actually.
Well, I just wanna clarify something here. Key money actually, yeah, they call it key money, but actually it means it's like some kind of present for the landlord.
Raking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's interesting? For example, you want to have a pet in your new apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's possible to have a pet, but you need to pay the owner key money.
Mm.
So yeah, that's
So kind of saying thank you
yes.
that you allow me to have my pet here with me.
Yeah.
That's it.
In some cases.
You know, raking no rei means like appreciation.
Yes.
So appreciation money.
By the way, the payment for deposit and payment for 1 month prior is two different stuff. So if you go to our website, which is on bestday.jp, which explaining about the renting the apartment, you'll go there and rental terminologies. You'll find out that there's deposit, which is 1 month's fee. It could be a bit more, maybe less. But there's also 1 month's rent, mayayachin, which means
It does exist.
let's say if you move in October, you also pay for September. So kind of that's why at the end you kind of have a big amount of money from the beginning pay. So get ready if your place is maybe like 25,000 yen. Maybe you'll have to pay 1 month prior, right? 25,000 yen plus maybe 5,000 yen for key money, and then deposit maybe it's another 20,000 yen. So it's already 50,000 yen. So plus maybe they will ask you to pay for that month as well. Another 25,000 yen, so 75,000 yen. So even if you are renting a small place, get ready to pay at least from the beginning something around maybe 100,000 yen.
Yeah, that's always the thing.
So
and deposit and key money goes to the owner.
Yeah.
But 1 month rent, my yachin, goes to, for example, apartment shop.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No, actually, the agent, they're just acting as an agent. So it will be separate. So agent and owner, they're different.
Okay.
Owner can be an individual or
Agent is a company.
yes.
So where does that my yachin go?
Doesn't it go to agent actually?
I was thinking it's just like
Depending on every agent and owner have different contract. Yes.
so in most cases my yachin is going to the agent?
That's what I
Owner. I see.
Okay.
That's why it's yachin.
Yeah, you're right. My yachin. So key money. Actually there's another thing. It's a key change. So don't mistake key money with key change because key change is around like I paid around 15,000 yen. I was thinking it's too expensive, and I was thinking maybe even I can change the key. And I went to the Homac and checked the keys there. So the cheapest one was around like 7,000-8,000 yen. So if you put also the service fee, it's almost the same amount of money. That if like so key isn't that cheap. That's why they're charging you a lot. So in order to avoid any stalking issues or robbery issues, Japanese companies or Japanese landlords or owners, they change the key of your door each time when there's a new customer. So because sometimes you can take the copy of your key, right?
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to have more copies of your key, you can copy them in Kita 24 station. Inside the station, there's a special place.
I see.
I paid last time, if I don't mistake, around 700 yen.
Just that? 700 yen?
700 yen, and it takes like 15 minutes. There's a guy, you just show him copy, and he does it. I did it, I think, 3 years before.
It depends on the key, because my key is kind of rare.
So it will be expensive?
Yeah, expensive, and it takes some
Some
while.
time?
Yeah. But, yeah. It took me like a month.
Oh.
And I need to pay like 4,000 5,000 yen.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it depends on the key.
And some owner actually they will help changing the key for you. But you need to pay additional fee. Again, every owner is different.
Yeah. So we already talked about the 4 fees, which is your money for your key, which is that's not for the key. That's just a kind of a present for the landlord owner.
Yeah.
And then there's a deposit fee. Then there's 1 month prior fee, rent, and then there's key change. So in order to change your place,
it is complicated.
yeah, kinda. So you kind of get confused why there's a key fee and then key change fee. Actually, I got confused because they will ask you Hokken fee and Hosho fee, and these are kind of 2 different separate stuff. So I think Japanese maybe they don't pay the Hosho, because Hokken is insurance. So in case there's an accident, your house is burned and there's a water leakage or any kind of accident, insurance will cover it. But Hosho, that's kind of a guarantee or guarantor. So in Japanese case, I think your family kind of
basically, yes.
cover it.
Yes.
So you don't pay for it,
No,
right?
I don't pay for it actually.
So if there is someone who is Japanese living in Japan and can be a guarantor for you, so you don't pay. Can you explain why that money is kind of what's money for?
Necessary.
Actually, for the guarantors, again, it depends on the owner. Some owner, they have their own guarantor company. So in case you cannot pay for the rent, the guarantor company will first pay for you.
So let's say you have gone back to your country for a while, and the payment day you couldn't kind of come on back on time and you couldn't do payment. So the company will do it for you first, and then you will pay that money to that company.
Yes.
And you pay that money once in a year. I think in my case it was like 10,200 yen last time when I paid.
Yes.
So it's more or less around 10,000 yen.
And there are, again, it depends on the owner, and then they have like many different owner and different guarantor company. Every company and every owner have their own rules.
Kind of, it's not fixed, right?
Yes.
It's not like stable.
Yes.
It's not consistent.
Yes.
I see.
You know what's interesting? Sometimes some students who just came to Japan thinks that agent and management company and owner are the same.
I see.
And again,
because we don't have that kind of system in our countries.
Yeah, Japanese system is quite special. I would say quite different from the other.
I think you're professional with it. Do you find any difficult rules with Japanese apartments? Apartments.
Again, the paperwork, it's crazy. The paperwork, you need to fill out many different paper for, I would say, 4 to 5 different paper, and then you have to write the same thing, your name, your contact, your emergency contact.
Actually, I don't mind that. What makes me more confused is you're paying quite a lot from the beginning. And you get anxious if you'll be able to get that money back. Because like sometimes in our countries, the landlord or owner will come and find just a small dent on the wall and tell that he's not going to pay back to you. So they are worried if the Japanese companies also will do that. By the way, before moving a room, the Japanese companies do check the walls and the floor and everything and write it on a paper as a damage or as a dirt. So advice is if you're going to move to a new place, you also take the pictures. So later you can prove that you are not the one to do it. Even with a dorm, you can do that. And sometimes, do you remember, because of like, I had a neighbor, and because of the cold, the window got kind of a skim between the wall and the window, so there was you can see outside from the frame, and the landlord charged them money for that. And they couldn't kind of have an argument about it. So he couldn't prove it that it's not his fault. So kind of be attentive on that points. Try to take as many pictures as possible if you see anything as a problem. Because like I used to work at the Hokkaido University support desk for foreign students. There were cases when the landlords were quite ruthless with it. Because you don't know the rules. And we are not Japanese, so sometimes if you don't know rules, it doesn't mean it doesn't apply to you. So be cautious about those points.
So I think we mostly talk about the cost you have to pay when you are moving in. You also have to pay some cost when you are moving out. Actually, right?
Yeah, cleaning fee.
Okay, as for the cleaning fee, again, every owner is different. Some owner is asking to pay the cleaning fee in the beginning. But some of them also say that you can pay the cleaning fee when you move out. So, again, there are 3 types of costs. The first is initial cost, the one that you need to pay in the beginning. The second one is, your monthly cost. And then the third one is the checkout cost. Yes, and then the checkout cost, when you check out, the owner will check the condition of the room, and if there is anything broken, you may need to pay for Ginjo Kaifukuryo, which is the
extra fee.
The restoration cost.
By the way, before moving to another topic about the insurance and hosho, where you can get them, I got my insurance from Hokkaido University Co-op, and it's quite cheap. If you go to Co-op, the Kaikan, and the second floor, there is a place where you can get the insurance.
Is it for foreigners?
It's for foreign students. You can almost pick any time in the year and pay for it. Like if you say your insurance has finished in, let's say in September, and you need from September to March, you can apply for it. So you will pay for like 5-6 months fee, and it's quite cheap. It's not that expensive. So you can get insurance from Co-op. They do it. About the guarantee, I did mine with a pawn shop. So if you don't have guarantee, you can ask the agent. They will advise you which company can do that. And you pay it every 1 year. With my hosho guarantee, they call me. I did it automatically second year. With my insurance, they didn't call me from Co-op. So I have to go by myself and then do it again.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to checkout cost, as Salim said. So cleaning fee is one of them.
Yeah.
For most cases, I would say.
By the way, they take it like as 100%. Like in some cases, they can kind of make take just some part of it and then
It's fixed cost actually.
It's fixed cost.
Yes. In most cases, from many different properties I've checked, it's like around from 10,000 to 22,000.
10,000.
That's the average.
Okay.
By the way, I think in Japan you'll find out that your because of humidity, your walls get black. So you can think that I already paid for cleaning fee when I will move out. Kind of, even if I clean, I still need to pay for it, right? But guess what? Besides cleaning fee, if that mold becomes so severe that they can't clean it, you'll need to pay for restoration fee. So that's why keep your place clean. Try not to have a humid place and try to ventilate the place at least once in a day or once in 2 days. So you don't have a house which is kind of rotten the walls because you didn't have enough air ventilation inside. And if you think that it will be just like cleaning fee, no, you'll need to pay more. We had there was a guy we knew. He was quite dirty. He paid around like 100,000 yen for the whole stuff. So it's like a 3 or 4 times payment of his monthly fee. So keep your place clean.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
And also, this disinfectant fee, I've never heard of it actually, as Japanese. Does it?
Yeah.
Who has to pay it?
Of course, if you want to rent, sometimes you need to pay. Again, every owner is different.
In addition to cleaning fee,
Yes.
you have to pay that?
Okay, the disinfectant fee, wet disinfection fee is like for cleaning the area which is maybe wet, for example, near the pipe or inside the bathroom. It needs to be disinfected to prevent like mold. And again, every owner is different. Sometimes you need to pay that. Sometimes the other owners say, no, it's okay, you don't need to pay for that. But again, you may need to look it up in the contract. Yes, that's why whenever I listed a property, I always list everything.
Actually, there are I think 2 types of owners. One is company, one is individual.
Yes.
That's quite important because most time companies are easier to negotiate with because you are not the only one they are dealing with. Other one is individual owners. Sometimes you like the place, maybe owner doesn't want to rent it to a foreigner. Or sometimes maybe he's okay with foreigner but doesn't want a foreigner with family and kids. So kind of, it's a bit tricky with individual owners. If you are dealing with companies, I would say it's way more easier with dealing with them because it's already fixed. So they already have a guarantee company they are working with, and most time companies are okay with foreigners. These people are kind of Some people don't understand that maybe they are kind of around them apartment. There are old people living. They don't want too much noise, so they don't want the family with the kids. In my case, like my owner, she said my daughter is playing piano. Is that okay for us? So
That's
kind of it was a win-win situation. So because she said that there was someone who wanted to pick the place, but when she said that her daughter is playing the piano, they didn't kind of want it.
I see.
In our case, we like the music, so it was okay. So not like all Japanese owners are the same. I mean the individual ones. So it depends how you negotiate with them and how you show yourself to them.
And also, maybe especially for foreign students, like some accident happens and all of a sudden maybe you have to go back to your country, like halfway.
Yeah.
And then, it depends on your contract, but you have to pay penalty, right?
Yeah. In most cases, I think it's 2 years contract. So it doesn't matter if you are staying 1 year or like less than 1 year or 1.5 years. Your contract is all the time 2 years, and after 2 years expired, you will move on if you don't move out.
Yeah.
Move on with the same contract again and again and again.
Yes.
Yeah, automatically until you don't change anything or you don't want to negotiate
Yes.
with the owner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like how much is the like penalty on average? Is it like a 1 month or
1
2
month
months?
or 2 months.
2 months
Mostly 1 month.
rent.
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, in Japanese places, most time it's empty, so there's no any furniture inside.
not
Nothing.
really.
It's just empty walls. In my country, you can get quite furnished places, like even carpets. Like it's not just like a fridge and washing machine and maybe some chairs and tables. You get like in some places you get like full furnished place,
I see.
like bed and cushion.
When you move out, you
everything.
cannot take it out. Right?
No, you don't take them out.
Okay.
I know some people they changed even like toilet sink. They were very strict. Like when you, like they charge quite high and give you everything, and when you move out, they change everything.
I see.
So there are that kind of owners as well.
That's really convenient. But
That would be great if in Japan you could have some kind of that kind of service, because when as a foreigner you come, you don't mind
yeah, that's
coming because you come to study, and when you come to study, you don't think you have to kind of buy the stuff. You have to do documentation for settling down in the ward offices and kind of stuff. You have to do documentation with the university,
Yeah,
meet
that's
with
it.
your supervisor. So at once, it's so much pressure, I think. So if you could have that kind of service where like you are renting home and then it's fully furnished, that would be great.
It's not standard in Japan, actually.
In the dorms, you get them. Dorms aren't empty. In the dorms, you have almost everything. Maybe you need to buy cushion and the mattress. Kind of stuff, but apartments, forget it. You have to buy everything by yourself.
And also just maybe you can show it. Oh,
Speak. You can speak.
yeah, maybe you can show it to them.
What do you want to say?
Yeah, I mean.
We can post that link
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
under
mean.
the event.
What is that about?
Yeah, we have prepared another website for foreigners to find apartment. It's called beststate.jp. So for every properties there, it has been listed literally like what cost that you need to pay from initial monthly to like checkout cost.
It's bestday.jp.
Yes.
So if you go to bestday.jp, you can look for some information for apartments.
Yes.
Or you can even look for apartments.
Yes,
you can
exactly.
live in.
We have
That's a
listed like all the apartments that can be rented to foreigners around Hokkaido.
By the way, I wanted to ask you, what's the thing that Japanese kind of get most time angry when they are renting apartments?
Noise.
No, I mean when you move in.
Oh.
It's not your neighbors, but you are kind of quite picky as a Japanese.
As a Japanese, there's like I would say static understanding that when you move in, you have to say hi to
Your neighbors?
neighbors.
You have to
It's-
buy some cookies
well,
or sweets, maybe?
Are you serious?
Yes, it is serious. Like
I did that.
I did that.
You did that.
Yes,
it's
I
like
did that.
American thing.
Really?
Yeah, I think in US also they kind of cook something and
Yeah,
bring it to you.
No cooking, but maybe you have to buy like cookies or I don't know cakes or
Oh my god, I didn't do
cheese
it.
boxes or something like that.
I didn't do it. So my neighbor might think that I'm
It's kind of tacit understanding. In
I
Japan.
see.
okay.
And
So
it's it's tiring for me actually.
okay, so you went to like your neighbor knock and
No, I mean in this apartment actually.
Only your floor,
Yeah,
right?
my floor.
So you went to your neighbor knocked and hey, I just
Yes.
moved in.
Yes,
Are you
right.
serious?
Yes, I did.
So you have to wait when they come in?
Kind of. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, when they move in, they did the same thing to me actually. So give and take.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's interesting. I've been living here for 4 years. This is the first time I heard about that.
Really?
Actually,
Yes.
yeah, I think that's the. You see, the most of the problem is foreigners. They don't know those kind of culture, and most time about Japan are the ones who are foreigners. Right? Japanese don't write information in English, like for foreigners. So we actually are the one who should find that kind of important information because if you move in and you went to see your neighbors, maybe it will help you to get a new contact with them. So they will be nice to you. You can kind of maybe have a kind of chat instead of just moving in kind of cold and then.
Yeah. So this vibe is to provide information
Yeah.
with foreign students and also.
Actually, we would like to give more kind of
Yeah.
those kind of detailed information that could help you live a better life in Japan, I think.
Yeah. And this is for that actually.
Yeah.
And also, talking about when you are moving in, you have to buy furniture and like
Yeah. So
also stuff. And wait, is there any platform where you can buy furniture?
for foreigners,
Yeah,
I think
for foreigners.
maybe not. Maybe you can just go like second-hand shops. But if you come to our website, we are posting everything on Facebook group that we have on the website. So even if you don't know about the website, you can check the group or opposite. Maybe you can't. You are not in the group yet, but you can go to gaijin.com website and see the items there. We try to update the item information with the owners. Keep in touch with them, and if it's sold out, we kind of put it sold mark. But if it's still there, so it means either it's in the group or it's still available.
Okay.
So just request, and we will contact with you.